Hey guys, my name is Ronnie and I'm an IBDP1 student. Today we're going to be checking out this amazing app called Google Keep. Now what this app does is it takes all of the things you need to do and all your notes and it organizes them in a really neat way. This app has a lot of features, so it's completely customizable. Now this app offers many methods of taking down these notes, and they include a classic sticky note, lists with like check boxes, a note with a drawing or a painting or an image in it, or just inserting normal images. Now, first off, let's go and try to make a classic sticky note. In order to do that, you click here and you type your note. So this is just an example. You can also add a title over here, so you can say notes or anything, and it appears up top. This is optional, you don't always need a title, but it makes your work or notes more organized. Now, if you click on this note that we just took, you're going to see a bunch of icons down here. Now, what these are, they're amazing features that make this application so easy to use. First one is the Remind Me option. This is a really useful option for people who tend to forget about their notes or assignments. So let's say, for example, you have a test. So you say, for example, test tomorrow, and you know you're going to forget about this. So you can set a reminder for tomorrow. And then what this does is Google Keep is going to send you a notification of the test that you have. Second option is the collaborator. Now what this does, it gives permission to people to edit or view your notes. So if you're working in a group and you guys have some notes down that you've taken for a project or whatever, you can use this option and you can just type in whoever you want to add and they'll be added to the note. Third option is the change color, and it doesn't really have much to it. You just change the color of the note. It's a pretty cool option in my opinion. So you have 12 different options or colors that you can pick from. Now this option we're going to talk about in a bit, and let's move on. Archive. So this is when you basically want to archive anything or any note that you've taken. So it works just like how you'd archive an email. You click on it and then you go to the archive folder, and then you're going to find your note there, and you can unarchive it so it goes back. Now if you click on these three dots, you're going to see a bunch of stuff. So there's delete note, add label, add drawing, make a copy, show checkboxes, copy to Google Docs. So we're going to get over these in a bit. For now, this is the delete note where it just deletes it, and you can find it over here. And then you can just duplicate it, so you make a copy of it. Now let's check out another feature. This is the lists. So this is how you create a list. You click on this icon over here, and it looks kind of like the layout for creating a sticky note, but it has these extra options in them. So let's say, for example, it's a grocery list. So you can say milk, maybe. This is just an example, and you can add anything, and then you just close. Now what this offers is it creates this checkbox that you can use. So when you click on it, it like strikes the item that you placed. So this can also be used for schoolwork. So for example, you can say Arabic homework instead of grocery supplies, and you can just, when you're done with it, you just check it out. So it's a pretty cool option in my opinion. You can also turn sticky notes into lists by clicking on these three dots and then going down to show checkboxes. So it turns it into a list, and then you can hide checkboxes, and vice versa from turning a list into a normal sticky note. Now let's get to the notes with images and drawings in them. So how you do this is you basically click here and you draw anything you want, and then when you go back, there it is, your drawing. title can be whatever. Let's say, for example, and this is how it looks. It shows your drawing above the notes you've taken. If you don't want to draw, you can also insert an image into a note. So let's say, for example, I want to insert an image here. So you click on add image and you get to pick any image from your computer, and it shows up the same way like the drawing does. Now let's get into an interesting feature, and these are the labels. So you get them by clicking here and then clicking on add label. So let's say, for example, my label is going to be school, and it adds the label here. What this does is it helps organize your notes even more. So if you go down here, you're going to see our label school, and then all the notes with the label school on them will appear in this folder. So let's say, for example, I want this to appear in the school folder. So I go to add label and I click on school, and it appears down here. And then if you close and go back, you're going to see that it appears here as well. Now let's talk about deleting notes. So for example, if you delete this note, it's going to appear right here in the trash bin. Now you can either choose to recover your note or restore it, or delete it forever. You can also choose to delete the entire trash by clicking on empty trash, or if all the notes are left here for 7 days, they automatically get deleted. This could be really useful if you accidentally delete a note that you didn't want to delete, so you can just go ahead and click here, and then it appears right back in your inbox. Now let's move on to the settings. Now this is where you can customize the app even more. So you can basically customize the positioning of the notes. You can enable dark theme, which is really cool. It just takes time. There we go. So for people who love dark theme, this is for them. You can also change the default reminder times from here. So if you always want to remind yourself for assignments that are due date tomorrow, this is where you can do it. You can also enable and disable sharing from this. And finally, you can check out all the keyboard shortcuts from here. So these make it easier to navigate around the app. Now let's talk about some extra features. So you can search for notes from the search bar over here. You can either search by color, labels, or images, drawings, lists, or you can just search by name. So let's say, for example, notes, so you can find it here. You can also click the color orange and you'll still find it. You can also refresh by clicking here. You can also change the view of the notes by clicking on this icon. So right now we have the list view enabled. If you want grid view, then you just click here and they appear like so. And finally, one of my favorite features is copying to Google Docs. So how you get this is you click on a note, you click on these 3 dots, you go down here and you click on this. So what this does is it takes that note and it copies it to a Google Doc file. So if you open Google Docs, you're going to see that your note appears here. That's it for today, and I hope you guys tune in for more tech tip videos. Thank you.